It's kind of
Hey,
been
what's
that.
going on, everybody? Welcome back to our BKFC Reddit Ask Me Anything. We're joined by a good buddy of the show, Donald Sanchez. How you doing, Donald?
I'm good. How about you? Thanks for having me.
Man, it's crazy how technology, it's supposed to make our lives easier. Like, it's done nothing but make our lives harder this last couple
Yeah, it's
attempts.
been a little tough, but I think we got it now.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I know that you're big time in giving back. Like, what you're doing, like some like take the guns out and gloves up. Like, what was the name of that boxing promotion you were putting on out there?
Guns up, gloves down, or gloves up, guns down. Opposite.
Yeah. How
Gloves
important
up,
it
guns down. Yeah.
how important it is for you to like give back to the community. You seem like you're very community driven. Like, I see your support system. You sell a shitload of tickets. Like, everybody loves you, and it seems like you really enjoy being a philanthropist and giving back to the community.
Yeah, man. We're a pretty poor state. I've lived a hard life, and now I live a good life, and I'm able to give back. In a good way. And I've lived both sides of life. I've lived the bad life. I've lived the good life, and I want to show these young kids, there's a way, and there's different outlets for us to do. So giving back to programs and stuff like that is what I really love. So that gloves up, guns down. I donated my whole purse to the sheriff's department to help with different things they have for kids and everything coming up, programs and whatnot. So um, we do a lot of that out here. I try. I have a big heart for kids, so it's always a thing for kids when I'm doing my thing.
How important, like, when you were approached for this title fight, did you say, "Hey, Dave, I want to do it out here in front of New Mexico"? I'm surprised they didn't try to put you on like the Clearwater show or something in front of Dave Mundel's hometown. Like, how did you get the fight?
Nah, man, I don't. I'll fight anywhere, anytime. You could see on my record, I fought anywhere. I fought in Russia. I fought Japan. I fought everywhere around the world. It's nothing about being here, but it's a business decision on their part. I'm a big draw out here, and I, I mean, I can't knock him, but I'm sorry, Dave can't sell tickets in his hometown. I'd have to sell them for him.
I'm I was told you could probably sell more tickets in Texas. I was told that they were kind of surprised that they didn't put you on that Texas card, because I heard you have a hell of a fan base in Texas too.
Yeah, man, I have a huge base out there. I probably would have sold just as much, if not more, because the people from here would have traveled there too. Um, it was this close to being moved to that card out there. The commission out here kind of has their heads up their asses, so they made it work. And I really thought it was going to be moved to the Texas card, but we get to stay here. But I would have loved to done it there or in his hometown. I told him that. I said I'll go to his hometown. I don't care where it is. I just Let's put it together. Let's fight.
You hear all this like, I'm the cash cow and I sell this much tickets, but again, I from what I'm told from the inner circle of BKFC, you're pushing just as many tickets, if not more, than most of these guys.
Yeah, man, but I don't go on social media and brag about it with stacks this big
Yeah,
and whatever. If I wanted to, I could, but I don't need to brag about that. The crowd show that. The BKFC knows that, and it's cool. Whatever. Like everybody has their thing. They do good about that. I just want to go out there, do my thing. The people support me because they love that, and I give back for it. So I don't need to brag about that.
you're a guy who's really been pushing for a title fight. You said no one would fight you at 75 for a while, so you actually took a fight at 85. It wasn't quite the performance you were looking at, but did BKFC tell you, like, look, no one wants to fight you if you do this stay busy fight, we'll give you a title fight? Or like, how did it all kind of shake out?
Nah, man. That fight was actually supposed to be Dave Mundell, but it didn't pan out at the big arena out here because they were actually having construction. So they moved it to a smaller venue. I wasn't gonna fight on it. I didn't want to, um, but they really asked me to, and I said, about a month out, I said, all right, screw it, I'll do it. That's why I wasn't main event on that one. I did it. I did them a solid. I moved up in weight because they couldn't match me up at 75 that late of a time. And man, we had a tough fight.
Sure.
People look past Harrison Aiken. He's a tough ass dude, and he's gonna be a force to reckon with. And I guarantee that.
I find it weird, you guys fight, and then I see Harrison Aiken out there training with you. Like, how did that come about?
Oh man, he's the perfect style, man. He's a lefty. He's a right-handed lefty, and he brings it. He wants to take your head off too. So, what better than to have him here? It was really it was a tough decision. He was supposed to fight one of my good buddies, Will Santiago Brown Bomber, on
Sure.
this same card, and Brown Bomber trains with me too, so I couldn't do it. I told Harrison, I'm loyal to my friends out here. We can't do it right now. And then the card fell off, so I said, hey, bro, let me get Will's blessing from this, and then I'll get you out here. I need you for some hard rounds, So it worked out in my favor for that. It was good. We had some really good rounds.
Dave has been kind of dismissive of you. He said he feels like at 75 you're the easiest like mat or the, the most simple matchup. I don't know exact words, but he just feels like your style doesn't match up with his at all. I mean, you're a guy who's had almost 100 fights. I feel like you know your way around the ring inside and out. So I don't understand how he feels that way. But I mean, how do you see the fight?
Man, that's pretty disrespectful and delusional in my opinion. Um, it's arrogant at the same time. I've been there with every single style there is. Even all of my BKFC fights, they've all been a different style,
Sure.
and I've shown that I can react and find a different way. My IQ inside of the ring is pretty fucking good, bro. So I'm not gonna brag on myself or anything, but I'm a smart fighter. Obviously, I speak well, and I haven't taken a lot of damage in 100 fights, so that speaks for itself too. There's a lot of guys out here that are pretty punch drunk and can't even speak a sentence. So we'll leave it at that. And we're gonna be doing the talking in the ring. I'm not gonna say this is gonna be an easy fight or hard fight or whatever, but he's definitely underestimating me, and we're gonna come out and show that.
When you're coming up in your career, do you set a goal like I want to make it 100 fights? Like, what was your goal coming up? You want to be a world champion? Like you said, you're approaching like you are approaching, or you hit 100 fights. I know it was close.
I'm pretty close to that. Honestly, I never kept track. I joined MMA. It saved my life. I was doing bad in life, and I only did it because I needed to get out of trouble. I realized I was pretty good, and I was fighting once a month, twice a month, 3 times a month. Sometimes back then. It's crazy. I just my buddy sent me a slide doc of when I was 26 years old. I had already had 32 pro fights.
Wow.
I started when I was 21, and I was a world champion at 26 with King of the Cage. I had the 145-pound belt and the 155-pound belt. So I'm no stranger to world championships, So um, back then, there was a world ranking in MMA, and I made it all the way up in the top 10 in the world. And this was when there was Russia, Japan, all those people. It wasn't just UFC; it
Sure.
was actual MMA. So, and I was fighting the top guys in other countries. So it's you know, I don't know. Maybe he can look back. Maybe because he was young and not even in the gym yet, he doesn't realize where I was.
Okay, let's talk about a passion of yours. It's slaughtering my poor friends, the alligators. What got you into alligator hunting?
Oh man, I'm just an adrenaline junkie. So
Yeah.
I will do anything that looks like fun. That's I don't know. I guess I couldn't say dangerous, but not dangerous. I don't know how to put that because that was pretty damn dangerous, but it was fun, man. We were out there. I was doing some podcasts in Miami and doing a few guest speaking positions that I had out there, and my buddy was like, "Hey, you want to go gator hunting?" Hell yeah, I want to go gator hunting. That sounds like fun. So we went out to this big old swamp ranch or whatever you want to call it, and we caught a few gators and I did a couple videos squatting a 12 foot. I don't even know how much that sucker weighed, but it was big and it was fun. The meat was good too. So we
The
didn't
meat
just
is
kill
good.
it to kill it. We ate it. I have
Yeah,
the skull up here on my little shelf up here, and the hide and all that stuff. So it wasn't just for a game, you know. It was we actually ate the meat, and we saved all the stuff from it. So it's just not like a trophy thing, you know. I didn't do it just for a trophy. I wouldn't do that. It's a nuisance out there, but
sure.
we still had it. You know, we had to take every bit of it. I wouldn't do something and waste it.
No, and I certainly like. There's plenty of alligators, and I no issue with it. So we recently had the Happy Gilmore alligator, like out there at the Colorado Gator Farm where I work. That gator died, and he was 11 foot, and he was 640 pounds, and it's just incredible how big those things get.
Yeah, they're big, man. And let me tell you, they give up a fight trying to reel those suckers in too. It's crazy. It's something you gotta really go out and do it to try it and feel it. It's cool.
I feel like it's safe to say no one's gonna outwork you. I know your father had a super crazy work ethic. You have just as much drive, if not more. Would you say it's safe to say no one else in the roster outworks you?
Nah, no one outworks me. Inside the ring, the gym, outside of the gym, they don't. No one can outwork me. They can't keep up. I have a different drive. I have a different level. I operate on a very very high frequency, and most people don't understand frequencies. But a high frequency, it's different. It's something that took years for me to build up, and for the strength of it mentally, physically too. uh, it's something, it takes a lot, man. So they're not going to keep up, I promise you that.
Okay, I saw you out there in Dubai. We were chummy. I wasn't sure if you were trying to pick a fight with Austin Trout. I know that you're friends with Austin Trout, but you guys are both New Mexico legends, and I wasn't sure if that was a fight you were trying to pick. And then you said, "No, look, Dave. I thought Dave was going to be here. We're supposed to fight." And I found out about that title fight. But is that something that, like, if you were to get this belt, is a fight against Austin Trout like a super fight? Was that something that interests you?
Oh man, it does. It interests me, but he wants to go down in weight. I could definitely make 165. Do I want to? No, because it should be New Mexico versus everybody. Um, if it happens, that would be the biggest fight ever in history in New Mexico. I know there's some big rivalries out here like Johnny Tapia and Danny Romero and stuff like that, but that one right there is huge, and it's a big money maker. BKFC knows that for out here, so it would sell out our biggest arena out here, which is pretty damn big. Uh, but money's gonna have to talk on that fight.
Okay, so you're a guy who owns a lot of companies. You're always working. Is it safe to say, like, training for a fight, like a training camp and all the stuff that comes along with, you actually probably lose money while you're training for a fight?
Yeah, man, I lose a lot of money training for a fight, but not only that, I spend a lot more on myself for recovery and whatnot. Recovery is key, and I realized that over the past years, um, um, doing the different recovery methods and everything like that. So it's not cheap to do that. It's not cheap to be healthy, and that's why so many people are unhealthy in our community, because everything's been so convenient now. It's inconvenient to go eat good now. There's fast food everywhere. There's all this bullshit food and everything. So you got to spend more money to be healthy, and it shows. It really shows. These past couple of years, I took it serious. My body's changed tremendously. My mental health has changed tremendously, and the trajectory of everything. Look at it. It's going. It's skyrocketing, and it keeps going. The momentum's just keeps going, and it's gonna keep going.
The one thing that I really liked about Dubai was all the clean food. It was like the food was just such a better quality out there.
Yeah, the quality was insane, and it feels like you could eat less and feel full and be better. You didn't have to eat a bunch of crap. It was, even though I just kept eating because it was so good.
Right?
But I didn't put on a bunch of weight out there. It wasn't crazy. I think I have it up on my mirror. Um, I didn't gain that much weight while I was out there.
Man, I had a question and it just slipped my mind. Oh, cheat. Let's talk cheat code. Like, when did Ryan Perez come in? Ryan Perez, you have a very polarizing manager. A lot of people hate him. I love the guy. He's never like two faced me. Everybody's like, oh, he's such a two faced guy. Like, I've never seen that. But like, he'll call it like it is, and he doesn't deal with bullshit. I feel like that's what people don't like about him.
Oh yeah, man. Shoot. We clicked up because I fought Jeremy Smith the first fight,
Right.
and I had different guy out here that was messing with my stuff, and I'm not gonna say anything about it, but I realized how much I was being held back and everything like that, and I went straight to Ryan, and we really clicked it off. We do a lot of stuff together now. He's a straight shooter. He's not two faced. He doesn't call. He calls it what it is. He calls an ace, and people can't stand that. So that's the ones that don't like him. But that's why we click so quickly because that's how I am. I don't bullshit, and I get straight to business. And he loved that about me. He saw the fighter in me and the businessman inside of me too. So I help him out with a lot of stuff. We're partners on a few things. So um, it's yeah, he's a damn good dude, and people, you know, if they weren't little bitches and could actually take it in, he would tell them straight.
It's kind of interesting. He goes, like, there's not many people in my inner circle. He said Donald is one of those guys in my inner circle. And he said he doesn't want you to retire anytime soon, but he said you guys have huge plans as soon as you're ready to wrap it up. And he's ready to be on a yacht with you out in the harbor. Like, that's he said you guys are gonna blow it up.
Yeah, man, we got some business plans. Within the next 2 years, my girl's gonna be a doctor, and we have some stuff set up out here, and yeah, we're moving out to Miami. 2 years is the max. I put that already on my board, and we're out there, and we already have a whole business plan and everything together. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fun. Change of scenery. I know tons of people out in Florida too, so sky's the limit out there, man. Miami is the place. That's where the money's at. That's where people want to get better in life. You see people out there ripped up walking around on the beach, bro. Why wouldn't you want to live that life?
Let me ask you this: so you have all these big, construction companies that continues working out here. You move it all to Miami. Like, what's your plan?
Oh yeah, man. It runs itself. I do drive a lot of business when I'm working it, but at the same time, it still runs itself. And I have people out here in places that can take over stuff like that I trust, and I'm putting people in places. I'm putting pressure on tons of people to see how far they go. Like Ryan said, he puts pressure on people to see true colors. You see the true colors out of people when you're putting pressure. Pressure is a privilege, and if people don't understand that and they fold, they're no good for you. So I've been putting pressure. We'll just say that, and I'm finding out who the real people are. And Ryan's been doing that in the fight game, and that's why we click so hard, and that's why people love him or hate him.
Okay, so you're kind of a philanthropist. You love giving back. You love the community. You love the kids and all that. Can you talk about why that's so important to you?
I grew up. Uh, my dad always worked. He made money, but my mom was an addict. So he would hand off the money, and just work all the time, and she would blow the money. We would lose our houses. I was always around people that didn't have money too, so I would see how giving my mom was to all that stuff. Um, so I lived a tough life. I was on my own at 15, had to learn the ways of making money and do all that stuff. Try to, work, go to school, play football, do all that crap. But it wasn't until I really started making money and giving back to people that I realized the more you give, the more you get. It
Sure.
doesn't matter if you get it in money or whatever it is. It goes to show. Look at the support I have, bro, out here. I give and I give. I don't get back in money or anything, but I get back in some way, shape, or form, and that's what it is. So philanthropy is about that. You're able to give because I'm blessed and I'm able to give. So I love that, and that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, man, I'll keep working hard, and I don't care if I give and I don't get money back out of it. If I get something out of it, that's all that matters. But I truly don't even do it to get something out of it. I do it because I love it and I want to.
You're a dog person, right? I believe like I've looked through your profile. We were supposed to interview a long time ago. Like you were like very into dogs. What kind of dogs do you like?
Yeah, man. My best friend and I, we mess with American bullies. Um, they've they've gotten really really big. They just about 10 years ago got their own name on a breed and everything, and we got involved in dog registries and whatnot. So they fly us around the world to go teach other people how to run dog shows and everything for the
Wow.
specifics of the actual registries. So we've had um, man, we've had top five studs in the world quite a few times. We do quite a few things. But more so we go out and we teach these people how to actually run the dog shows and do things so people can have a passion for their dog and go out there and showcase what they really do, because there's animal people out here and they love it and they treat these dogs so good, bro. It's crazy. So there's a lot of bad blood out there for like people that breed and whatnot. But
Yeah.
these people that are doing this, they do it because they love the animal and they love to go showcase them in the dog shows and whatnot. So we go and help out with all that.
It's funny because I picture that like hoity-toity bow ties and I picture you in your like t-shirt and work boots and blue jeans and stuff.
Yeah, no, these are big, huge, muscular looking dogs. Kind of look like a half pit bull, half bulldog mix. Very ripped and short and muscular, like a bodybuilder, I guess.
Sure.
So yeah, they're pretty cool. They're good dogs.
All right. The last question I always ask people the very first time I interview them: do you remember the first time you were in a street fight? The first time you punched somebody out of anger who wasn't a relative?
Yeah, man. Third grade. I was playing Pogs.
Sure.
I don't know if you remember what Pogs were,
Oh, I
but
do. Yeah.
I ended up winning this guy's Pogs, and he wasn't happy about it. He went and got his brothers, and I ended up fighting all three of his brothers, and I beat him up. It was crazy. About a month later, we moved in 2 houses down from the kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm lifelong friends with all three of them now.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
so
Do you guys ever
it's
bring
a
that up?
oh, we do all the time. So yeah, we talk about it all the time. We're all still talking everything. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So that was my first one, and fighting got me in a lot of trouble growing up.
Sure.
But yeah, that was first of too many.
All right. Do you have any message for the fans or supporters or sponsors? Anything you'd like to get out before we call it a night?
I just want to thank everybody. I love you all for supporting me. Thank you for having me. Thank you for all my sponsors. I really do have too many to say right now. I'm going to make some posts next week. For everybody else, that's doubting me, keep on doubting me because it fuels me. I love this. I live this, and it's my time. I am him. I've been saying that. That's why I got this fight. BKFC believes in me. Dave Mundell is arrogant and looking past me, and we're gonna go out there and show him.
All right. Well, good luck in your fight. Get the win, and we'll have you on again. And like I said, I appreciate everything you do, and I love following you. You post great stuff, and keep it up.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you having me.
All right, man. Thanks. Have a good night. Bye.
Later. Have a good night.